Back with my Behavior Bureau and my co-host Jenny Hutt, and we're talking about the young woman whose parents believe she has been brainwashed, held hostage by her church. Wendy, I know I was holding you back there. I want to give you a chance to react, but let me also throw out a question before you do, which is, are there ways to know who's at risk for being vulnerable to these sorts of things? And is there anything that about parenting or parenting styles or the parents have done to put someone at risk for that?
Excellent question. I think dependent personalities are obviously more at risk. And if you have an authoritarian kind of parenting where you make your child very compliant, or your child has a compliant personality, they're of course going to be sucked into this kind of stuff. But Dr. Drew, what we're really trying to do here is make a distinction between what is illegal and what still might be very hurtful coercion, emotional coercion that could be very damaging. And you know what? Remember this? This is the church. This is the steeple. Open up the doors, and there's all the people. Why are the doors not open? Yes. Why? This house looks like Ariel Castro's house to me, boarded up at the windows. It's not a church. There's no steeple. It's a beat-up old house with boards on the window. This is not an open church, and it scares me.
And Jenny, you agree with that?
Well, I agree with that, and thankfully my kids aren't super compliant. So I'll start with that. But second of all, this is totally wrong, but I'm thinking about how my mother would have behaved if I had gone with a cult or a church or whatever. My mother would have found a SWAT team, she would have been the SWAT team, and she would have barreled into the door. They would have been scared of her and thrown me at them.
And we have to clear this. This is not specifically a cult. We can't say that is. Wendy Schwartz, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, this is the ultimate separation anxiety for any parent. You know, I think you have an adult who's also trying to assert herself, separate, individuate, you know, try to, you know, separate.
Become
for whatever
a person, yeah.
The thing that's so concerning for me is they have two girls, and one of them went to the dark side with the Satan stuff, and the other went to the church. And so I'm just curious what happened in this family, you know, to possibly make this a possibility that they would even think this was an interesting choice.
We will have to leave it at that. Next, we've got the woman who is charged with murder for pushing her new husband off this very cliff. She has been released tonight, but you'll find out what the circumstances are for that release, what the details are, what she has to comply with after this.
Pepsi presents the